Hi everybody, and welcome back to this edition of XBS. And joining us on the set, as I said, we've got Bucky Lasek and Danny Way. And a question for Bucky Lasek that came in before you even were on the show. We talked about the X Games and the night that you won it. Do you remember it? Have you replayed it in your mind in the middle of the night when you're, when you wake up? Do you ever wake up and go, man, that was all like so surreal?
No, when I think about it now, I just think about like how much less these guys are going to have a chance because how much better I've gotten. So.
Those are fighting words, man.
What size helmet are you wearing now?
And you guys rode up together, but you're not riding home together today.
Nah.
Have you thought about that, though, much?
No, not really. I mean, I kind of, things like that I kind of forget about, and hopefully in the past, like in the future, I'll think about it more.
Yeah.
But right now, it's not really thought.
Was it your best run ever, or was it the best run for that contest?
No, it was probably the best run for that contest.
Yeah. Have you done better runs since then, you think?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Judging, it's very, subjective sometimes, and I know that sometimes you get irritated with the judges and sometimes you're stoked with the judges.
Right.
Is there a happy medium there? If you were a judge, could you understand the philosophy of a skater?
I'd say I usually hit out on the happy medium part, but I've seen it happen to people where they get misjudged a lot.
Danny Way, maybe?
Danny gets misjudged a lot. I think it also depends on the crowd.
Yeah.
Like the crowd might be into someone a little more, and it'll reflect on the judges.
Yeah. I said it a few times. If Lincoln Ueda had a cheering section like he does at every contest, and it goes up to the crowd, that guy would win. He goes so darn hard, so darn high, I should say. Danny, we talked about EXPN.com, had a lot of questions. Can I whip off some and get to a few of these real quick?
Yeah.
All right, Taylor from Missouri wants to know, in your arsenal of tricks, what's your favorite trick?
It's hard to say, like it just depends what's on that day. Like some tricks flow better certain days, and I don't know, I can't really put a pinpoint on it. But
skating in general.
I think that landing a crazy trick that you've never done before, or something that is just so ridiculously hard that when you land it, you roll away from it going, whoa, that was the craziest feeling ever making that. I think that makes up for any other trick.
Yeah.
I mean, even though it might be one time you've ever done it or something, that just that feeling you get from that. But I can't really think of a trick in particular off the top of my head.
All right.
I mean, I like to do fast grinds across the coping and just, big but high, just basic stuff sometimes. I don't like to, sometimes it's fun just to cruise around the ramp and not really do a lot of tricks, but just to cruise around and just to flow and have fun,
That's what skating's all about.
Yeah.
And you get that feeling. How about Joe out of Cincinnati, Ohio? He talked about Plan B breaking up. What happened with that?
There's just some internal issues with some of the riders and the owner at the time, and it's basically, I mean, obviously the guys that left, Mike Carroll, Rick Howard, Sean Sheffy, were looking to get a little bit more than just being riders in a company. I think they wanted to start something that was more their own, something they could build in their future and look back at something to have, or fall back on something in the future, have something to look back and go, hey, we built this,
Kind of skateboard growing too,
It's kind of hard blow though, just knowing that we had the best team ever created in skateboarding, and it was a benchmark team too. I mean, it kind of set the standard in the 90s for what companies had to do to be on top, and breaking it up was kind of a hard thing to deal with at the time. But
well, we'll see if the Lakers stay together after their championship.
Kind of like that.
Adrian out of Johannesburg, South Africa, he said, you often get bummed out sometimes when you don't do well at contests. Is it something like what Bucky was just saying? Is it the judges, or do you blame yourself? What is it?
No, I think I'm a little bit too hard on myself. Like, I always want to do good. I think I think I'm very competitive with myself, and it's not so much that I'm bummed out at the contest. I'm just bummed, like especially when I make mistakes on things that I usually don't make mistakes on. I have a hard time dealing with that. And it's more of issues with myself.
Right.
I know I should be doing better sometimes. And
you're hard on yourself, but you're an athlete. You're a very professional athlete. One quick question for you: are you thinking about the run that's going to be happening in qualifying at the X Games when you go to qualifying to get to the semis, get to the final? You thinking about that run already?
What? For
the upcoming
for
run?
the new one?
Yeah, for the X Games San Francisco coming up.
I know what I have to do qualifying, and I know what I have to do in the finals right now. But I wanna come up strong on some new tricks beforehand. So
you get healthy, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
Definitely stay healthy. And Danny, you stay healthy. You know, we're not done yet. We're going to go to EXPN.com right after this for our radio interview. These two gentlemen are going to sit right here, and you're going to be able to listen to all the questions that we didn't get to on today's TV show. For Bucky, for Danny, I'm Paul Higgins. This has been another edition for XBS. Thanks for watching.
Next time on XBS is Miracle Boy Dave Mira and his team riding counterpart Ryan Nyquist. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of the Go Network. Go.com.